So today I wanted to talk about knowing your fucking worth and also realizing that you don't have time for shitty people. You really just don't. Like, that is such a complete waste of time and energy and effort. I really have had to let go of so many people in the last year, and I think I learned, like, holy shit, like, most people really aren't worth my time. And there's even someone who we had a connection. I actually met this person at a party. We ended up hanging out a couple times, went out to the bars a couple times, and like, I actually really like this person. And yeah, we had a few like deep talks. We had some fun memories where like we were drunk after the bar and like sobering up in the car and just having like conversations and talking. And like, I love that shit. I love quality time. And I think when I have good memories with people, it really makes me want to just hold on to it. Because I'm like, oh, we had these great times at some point, like it could happen again. We ended up not really talking too much for the last few months, and maybe a month ago I ended up texting him and I was like, hey, like, I know it's been a while, I hope you're doing well. And I've done this a handful of times, and I don't know if I should just stop doing this shit because it never goes well. But it's like me trying to be a good friend, and like, as an adult, it's hard to maintain connection, so I try to put an effort into that shit. So I ended up texting him and I was like, hey, I hope you're doing well. I was just thinking about you. I know it's been a while since we hung out. Like, maybe we can go get drinks soon, or like whatever. And so anyways, he didn't say shit back to me, and I was like, that's fine. He's probably just busy. And so that same night, I ended up going out with a different person. And what do you know? Homeboy is literally out. He's drinking. He's with like 4 people, having fun. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. Like, he has other friends, whatever. I was a little buzzed, and I went up to him and I was just like, why didn't you text me back, bitch? But like joking, but also like not at the same time. He was just like, oh, how are you doing? Whatever. And I was like, good. I was like, how have you been? I know it's been a while, whatever. And we kind of had like an awkward conversation. And I was just like, oh, who are you with? I'm with these people. Who are you with? Like that type of shit. And I was like, oh, maybe since we talked and I called him out on it, maybe he'll text me back. And he never did. And that's fine. That's okay. You literally can't control what people do. And I feel like you will kind of learn, as you try to make friends and make connections, that like, if people aren't available, they're just not interested. And that's totally fine. Just today, I was on Instagram scrolling and I saw his story. He's always posting like thirst traps and shit. And I was just like, you know what? This is a connection I should just let go of, because he's not putting in effort. He doesn't want to hang out. He doesn't reply to my text. I'm like, why would I want that? Like, I don't need that. And it sucks because obviously I kind of hold on to it because I'm like, oh, but we had some good memories in the past. Like, what if we have good memories in the future, Just based off like the energy and effort people put into you, you can kind of make a judgment based on like if you actually want to maintain that connection. And so yeah, I ended up like unfollowing him on everything, and I was just like, you know what? I've tried multiple times to hang out with this person and he never wants to hang out. That's okay. And then I actually posted on my Snapchat story just barely, like a selfie, and some guy that I hung out with literally one time and had tried to hang out with him like literally 4 other times. He replied to my story, and I was just like, you know what? People aren't available to reply to your text, but they're available to reply to your Snapchat stories, or you see them out. Like, it's just kind of bullshit, So I feel like for a long time, I was kind of expecting me out of other people, because for a long time, I was trying really hard to be a good friend and communicate and all this shit. And I've kind of given up on that. And I did recently make a connection that I'm really enjoying, surprisingly. It's kind of taken me by surprise. I've been hanging out with someone new, and it's been really fun and just like easy and natural. And I'm like, holy shit, it's always the connections that come the easiest and happen the most naturally that stay the longest, And whenever you're trying to force something or pursue someone, it literally never lasts, I swear. There was also a guy that I was very attracted to him, I'm not gonna lie. We hooked up like one time. We went to the gym together one time, and yeah, he stopped replying to my texts, and I remember I sent him like a New Year's text. I was like, hey, like, Happy New Year. I'm glad I got to meet you this year. You're really cool and whatever. Hopefully we can hang out soon. And then nothing, okay? And then I remember I saw him at a bar and I literally flipped him off and I didn't give a fuck. And he waved to me and I was just like, I didn't give a shit. And I'm like, bro, like, I'm just at this point where I'm like, I'm protecting my own peace, my own energy. Meeting people is already hard enough. Like, if we don't have a good, easy, natural connection, or if either of us are trying to force something, it's not worth it, okay? And I'm just learning more and more the older I get how specific of a person it really takes to be in my life. And it's kind of surprising because I feel like I can get along with literally anybody, but in terms of having a deep connection, feeling comfortable with someone, and just like vibing and having that good energy, it's so fucking hard to find those people. Really prioritizing quality over quantity, like legit, if I have one or two good friends, like that's my goal. That's all I give a shit about, you know? Like, you don't need a lot of friends. If you have literally just one, like, hold on to that shit, you know? And it's fine, you know? Like, people can live their own lives. People lose interest all the time. Like, it's just part of life, you know? Like, other people that you're interested in hanging out with are probably meeting other people that they're more interested in hanging out with. That happens, and that's totally fine. It's like you also want to find the connections where you literally both put in the same amount of effort and you both reciprocate each other. Same with relationships. Like, that's what you want out of any connection in your life. I don't care who it is. You really don't have time for shitty people. And you know, I see my worth, and I think it's kind of about finding people who also see your worth, you know? You don't want someone who's gonna make you feel bad or feel like shit or degrade you or like try to diminish your value to make themselves feel better, because I've dealt with those people as well. And then you should also be hanging out with people who you value and you see how great they are and they inspire you. And obviously, as an adult, everybody's busy and has their own fucking lives. And I think at the end of the day, whether you have connections or not, getting comfortable being alone is like, should be a priority, okay? I love being alone, okay? It doesn't matter who the fuck you are, how great the connection is. I will always need alone time. Getting comfortable with being alone is so important. And I actually have a friend, he's like one of the only people that tries to hang out with me. He told me yesterday that he's been going to therapy to basically try and figure out how he can learn to be alone, okay? And he's almost like 40, I think. I think it's so important to learn at a young age to be alone and to be independent. I wish I did that sooner, and I'm still young, but it's such an important skill to have. And like getting into that headspace of being okay and being able to take care of yourself and be alone is so important, okay? So many of us rely on other people for comfort or to feel fulfilled or to feel excitement. Being excited about being alone and independent is such a rewarding thing, and I highly recommend everybody explore that as much as you can. You literally need to see your value, and you don't have time for bullshit people in your life. It's okay to let go of people, and just because you let go of someone doesn't mean there has to be beef or tension or anything. It's okay to outgrow people, okay? So anyways, that's all I really wanted to say. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.